What is up YouTube? Ace here from Fit to Play Games, and today I just want to talk to you a little bit about Final Fantasy VII the Remake and my overall thoughts on the game so far on this very short review. So grab your coffee, have a seat, and relax. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is just incredibly overwhelming. The life that it brought back to a very old solid classic from 1997 really gave the game new life. The breath it left back in 1997 and the breath it takes in now that it's 2020 is like a newborn child. Thinking back in those days, in my thoughts was Squaresoft already delivered a top of the line game that cannot be followed by anything or any other developers out there. Now fast forward to 2020 and here we go again. My thoughts are, again thinking no one will be able to top whatever Square Enix have created, but in addition, only Square Enix can top itself. Square Enix has finally delivered. Never have I imagined that Final Fantasy VII would look this way after the remake. Sure, I was aware of games, and I played games which I considered a spin-off to Final Fantasy VII, and yet I already know deep inside that it isn't Final Fantasy VII. It's just a mockery of something beautiful turned into someone's fantasy because they want to give a classic its rebirth. I went through all the Final Fantasy VII craze like everyone else did. Played the mobile game that was available for like 2 to 3 months, where Cloud rides his famous Hardy Daytona motorcycle. Even played Crisis Core for the PSP. And I have to admit, I actually got to understand Cloud's character a lot more after seeing Zack die and handing over Cloud his memento, the Buster Sword. But it's still not enough. Not enough to be Final Fantasy VII. Then a couple of years passed by and Final Fantasy Advent Children was out on the theaters, and I went to go see that too. And speculations of a Final Fantasy VII started to go around the net, and the possibility of the game being remade because they released a Final Fantasy movie. If you guys think about it, Advent Children was not the only Final Fantasy movie that came out there. There was a few more. So would they correlate to the Final Fantasy VII game at all? So guys, here we are going back to the beginning of a remake where we could see Cloud finally in full flesh, jumping out of the train, and not the pixelated character where he looks like he is wearing a golden party hat. No, not that Cloud. It's the Cloud that looks almost exactly like you and me. Details are now added, and it's wonderful to see the characters in full life. It's impressive to see how these characters breathe new life, and they are given that new life in this remake, and I just couldn't hold my excitement as I played the game. Square made sure that the battle system is smooth like butter or butter. In any case, the ATV works very well, and I know how to work the system because I played the demo multiple times enough to make me even do this in my sleep. I don't even care at this point because as I sit in the game room, I'm immersed in a game where I feel free. The freedom to do whatever I want to do without any hindrance or glitches or any minor thing that could cause the character to not be seen from the screen for a brief moment. No, I see everything. The cinematics alone is enough to tell a story, from when Cloud starts to hallucinate and to actually see the person he hated the most is just epic in all proportions. After a battle trying to save the planet from one more reactor that drains it, I just can't help but be in awe of how I can finally see the top part of Midgard and be able to walk around it and see this much details, how it really looked like imagined with these eyes, and how the lower slum looks exactly like how I pictured in my head, how it would look like if I were actually staring at it. What I felt midway through the game is the feeling of being powerless to be able to put the remote down for a second, for the fear of missing any detail that might be useful during gameplay. Everything is just so fluid. Everything works well within the game. I know it might sound one-sided, but Final Fantasy VII Remake sure gained a new fan. I got the game a day early on the 9th of April and finished at 5 a.m. the following day. I know I'm showing some footage that might ruin it for some, but I made sure I limited what I show in order to not give away any more spoilers. All gameplay and punishment dealt to Shinra soldiers are courtesy of yours truly.
You again.
In my conclusion, I know how the story goes. I really wanted to see it in a different light, and Square definitely gave me that view that I have been looking for. As to try and point out something bad, yes, I can say one thing that's bad, but it wouldn't matter. Because in my very own opinion, that one bad thing that I can say, or I can point out, will only be overshadowed by how well this game is created. All the sweat and tears and hours of figuring out how each mechanics would work and how all of us fans will react to it. The scary feeling of trying to rework a classic and the fear of failing all put in to ensure that this game be seen by all of us who wanted it for the longest time is here. So I just want to say thank you, Square, for giving us the opportunity to play a classic in a different type of setting and putting all the efforts to get this out to all of us, even if the threats of epidemic was lingering. You got it to us on time. Final Fantasy VII Remake is an amazing game. There you have it, guys. That is my very short, very crisp review of Final Fantasy VII the Remake. Hopefully this helps you guys out, whether you're deciding to buy the game for the first time and you've never tried it before, or for both of those things in general. Before I end the video, make sure you guys visit these YouTube channels over here. I heard that they just recently dropped, some of them just dropped some new content, so definitely worth checking out. So yeah guys, definitely would appreciate it if you do, and make sure that if you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, and I will see you guys next time. See ya. Oh, you're still here.